I think that might be too sensitive. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Seems a bit better. Interesting start to the day. To the hourly candle, hey? Down 4%. I'm gonna let this play out a little longer. I'm gonna wait for more people to join in. And then I'll go over what I think. It's kind of like a repeating pattern that we've been getting. Yeah, exactly. It is organic. It is accumulation. I'm gonna write that here so everyone understands. Good to see you back on. Appreciate it, dude. This whole beautiful range right here. It's all accumulation. Seen it before, haven't we? If we look back at previous bear markets and where things tend to bottom out, it's the same old story. Go back on the daily chart, that'll be a bit better. Be able to see it. I know what I'll do. I'll just anchor this like up here or something. Maybe up here. Anchored text. How do I get that? There we go. That way, whenever I move the screen, it stays there. Alright, let me chuck that up here. 40's as big as we can go. And I'll lock that. So where do I think it's going to reverse? Good question. Probably once all the whales are happy with the amount that they've accumulated, that's when they'll stop this downward manipulation. So if things go up when they don't want it to, they sell it off, or they put walls up so that the retail can't buy through it. And then, you know, if it goes too low, they start supporting it because they don't want too much. Well, it's not about it going too cheap or anything. It's the reason it comes back up is because they buy it up, because the price is coming down, they buy it up. Price comes up too high, they put up walls so that no one can buy through it. That's the theory anyway. So at the moment, it is like a brick wall. No one can get through this brick wall until they say so. The whales, that is. So we're just going to repeatedly bash up against that. What is that? 30, 32 and a half, roughly. So once they decide that, yeah, they're happy with the amount they have, then they'll bring the wall down, and then the natural flow of the market over time will bring the price back up. But see, we don't know when that's going to be. They probably know because they've got targets of amounts they want to accumulate. But we've seen accumulation zones before, all through here, like wall put up, wall put up, wall put up. These are buy walls. Sell walls. So you cannot buy through a sell wall unless you have enough money, I guess. So, and then obviously they've got the buy walls to support the price at a certain level as well. So as you can see, it's getting, in this example, squeezed up right up until something happens. Now this drop here was anomalous, so no one saw that coming really. Similar with the COVID-19 drop, no one really saw that coming until it was happening. And yeah, like similar up here, we have a bit of a bull market here for however many months that was. It was only a couple of months. And once again, walls get put up so that the price doesn't rise too high. Because when you accumulate, you want the best price possible. You want the cheapest price for your money. So once they've filled up their bags, that's when these walls come down and they stop manipulating the price downwards. And, you know, there's other factors that play too. There's, you know, just the global climate, the global financial climate, like what's happening globally in other markets, that kind of thing. So, yeah, that's just another part of the puzzle, another piece to the puzzle. So from here, up she goes, and yeah, similar thing again, like they cap out when they want to reaccumulate. This was a little accumulation zone right here. Price pushed up, distribution happens over these areas, and then yeah, rinse and repeat. So yeah, just the part of the market that we're in, we can see that we've just come off the back of two massive peaks here and here, and we're heading back down to some level. You know, there's going to be support at some level, Just like we found support around here, all through there. You know, there is a flaw to where people are not willing to sell their crypto any cheaper than it is. You know, like it's, you know, who wants to let go of their crypto at 30,000 when they know that it's been up as high as 70 before? You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just a constant. It's a constant, I guess, conversation like of where the value of Bitcoin should be. So some people think it should be worth more, some people think it should be worth less, and it's just a constant battle. And that's all markets, all assets, everything. And that is markets. So what I might do, I'm gonna put a link to my Discord into the chat here, and feel free to hop on in and have a chat. I'll hop in there now too. I don't know what my voice settings are in here. Let me just check. Voice activity, maybe that works best. Yeah. Okay. Get an invite to the Discord channel. And a couple of people are hopping in. How you doing? So there's a link to it. I used to have a bot that when I typed things in, it would bring up automatic links, that kind of thing, but I don't think they're working at the moment, so we'll just leave those be. I'll just do it, I'll do it manually. So eventually people will hop in and share their thoughts or just have a chat. Don't be afraid, don't be shy. Dogecatcher. Hey, how you doing, dude?
Pretty good, man. Nice to finally actually talk to you.
Yeah, you too. Good to hear your voice. What you been up to? Just watching the markets?
Yeah, just watching the markets accumulating as a a little bit at a time.
Yeah, that's the way. Yeah, that's the way to do it. You know, this is the right time to do it. Like at the back of a bull market, when prices are at all-time highs, definitely you do not want to be accumulating at that point, because yeah, that's where all the so-called dumb money accumulates or buys in, and then a couple of months later, it crashes out, and then yeah, and they get stuck holding it. And hey, I've been in that boat many times, so I understand what it's like. Dogecatcher with a $5 super chat. What's up, man? Glad to see you. Thank you for the support. Appreciate that. And just thought I'd hop on because this morning, like even just, the last couple of hours, it's been interesting to see Bitcoin go through this, what was it, like an almost 10% climb? Oh, not quite. 6.5. And then all of a sudden, boom, we get this huge red candle down. It loses almost, basically 6% pretty fast. So yeah, that's like the uncertainty of when things are just chopping sideways in a ranging market. So the range being like between these lines here. I suppose the lowest point being down here. What's that? Basically 27k. And then up at 32.5k. So there is like this, you could say the lows are getting higher lows. But the extreme highs seem to be going straight, at least for now. I don't know. It's hard to say, but for the most part, we're in some kind of like wedge pattern here. We're in this like kind of formation. It's kind of like a bear flag, you could say. But it's totally okay if the market continues to fall and we go into the 20s, like 20k. That's only good news for accumulation. So yeah. And the beautiful thing about a bear market and when it's all flat is that it gives you time to accumulate. You know, you don't have to come up with the money in 1 week. You know what I mean? Like you can take your time earning money and investing what you can afford or what you're prepared to invest into the market, and you've got time to do it because sometimes these go for well over 12 months. You know, we've seen bear markets that last a long time. Like I think the distance between the previous all-time high and our current all-time high, if we're referring to this one here, back when we were at 20k to, let's say, the almost 70k, we'll call it 20 and 70. So in time, that's like what, 1 year, 2, 3, almost 4 years between peaks. So yeah, there could be a lot of time between our previous market 70k before we revisit any kind of prices up around there and beyond. But I'm this is my opinion, I'm fairly confident that we'll see another big bull market again with new highs, like new all-time highs. We know that the total crypto market reached $3 trillion and it's currently at what, 1.1 trillion. So it's basically missing 2/3 of what it was up here. So that money, I'm a believer that that it'll flow back into the market. It's just a matter of time. So we just have to be patient. But yeah, I guess the thing to do now, or the thing that the so-called smart money is doing, is accumulating as the prices are down. So let's have a look at, I might have a look at some other coins as well. So we've checked out Bitcoin. Have a look at Doge. I think Doge has been pretty quiet. Nothing too much has been happening over the last couple of weeks. Yeah, just pretty flat. The volume's low, or the volatility rather is low. It's getting squeezed like crazy, but it's holding at the moment above 7 cents, let's call it. But very similar to Bitcoin, it's, if I go back to the daily chart here, similar to Bitcoin, it struck an extreme low back here on the 12th of May for me. Yeah, 12th of May. And it's gradually been making higher lows, but in Dogecoin's case, lower highs. So it's definitely under this pretty dramatic squeeze right now. And I'm going to draw some lines in so that we can keep an eye on what happens. But, you know, who knows? It's anyone's guess as to which direction. I mean, you've got a 50-50 chance at calling what happens. But generally speaking, through this kind of setup, this market, when you get price drop like this and then screwing into a wedge formation like that, you get it drops further. You'll get a further drop out of it. But it's not set in stone. That's not definitely what's going to happen. That's just a likely scenario by what those setups produce. But yeah, there's been cases, of course, in the past where a pattern like that occurs and then the price actually rises out of it. So that can happen too, obviously. Let's see, probably find an example of that. Probably like maybe through that. There's like actually a falling wedge producing I mean, this was probably just due to Bitcoin having a strong day, but yeah, this was not bad. A falling wedge resulted in that. So let's see if yeah, we'll save this pattern here. and come back to it in the coming days and see how it played out. But my bet or my guess would be Doge isn't going to do much until Bitcoin really picks the market back up. And I think that's going to be the same for a lot of coins, a lot of the altcoins. I might also check on Solana, because that's a coin that I like to see grow.
I remember you was big on Solana.
Yeah, I was big on Solana through, well, just in the bull market itself. Like, I was just confident that it would do well. It climbed the ranks, like it came up into the top 10 pretty quickly. And yeah, now here we are. So, but yeah, this sell-off is, if you believe in Solana long term, this is amazing. Like, it's gone back down to like $40 US.
Yeah, it did like a full retracement. That's pretty good.
Yeah, all the value that it gained, it gave it all back again. And I think Ethereum did that too last bull market. Let me check.
Are you on the Solana NFTs?
No, I haven't really gotten involved in any NFT stuff, but yeah, I'll have to do some research on that, because I don't know a whole lot about it.
I've been accumulating them, you know, buying up a little bit here and there.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I think it's one of the exciting kind of, Ethereum contenders. Like, it's I guess an alternative to Ethereum, or a new souped up version of Ethereum. Yeah, the Ethereum ecosystem's still popular though. There's so many of those that run off it and use it.
I can't wait till August to see how that's gonna be.
Yeah. But yeah, check out, I mean, the last bull market we had, prices were coming up, from around this area here. They shot up, but damn, did they come back down. Like, you could pick up Ethereum for under $100 back in 2019. So it just seemed like Ethereum was over. Like, that's what it felt like, because it was just, nothing was happening. And then boom, explosion. Like, boy, did it come back with a vengeance. It really ripped back up, and crazy new all-time highs, like almost $5,000. So yeah, I guess you could see this sell-off here as, it's just a repeat of this market back here. You get this huge, we were really lucky to get like such a big double top market last year. Like, huge bull run, and then a huge retracement, putting everything on sale, and then a massive bull run again. So it was like a double pump market. So lots of like good trading opportunities in there. And yeah, it's the volatility that makes trading interesting. If things are just flat and boring, like down here, which is a ranging market, accumulation, trading is a no-go. I wouldn't recommend trading in markets like that, unless you're using leverage and you really know what you're doing. But yeah, it's kind of a waste of time, and you're better off accumulating long-term, I think. But yeah. No financial advice, of course, but that's just my opinion on what I would be doing through a ranging market. And you'll probably see a lot of like trading channels and a lot of advice out of books, that kind of thing. They'll all say a similar thing, like, just it's just a part of the market cycle that you can't really do much about. Like, it's just accumulation, and you just have to wait for that temperature to flare back up again, that volatility. But remember, just along with the volatility comes risk, like higher risk. things get really dramatic. So you may make dramatic gains, but you can also make dramatic losses. So you have to be pretty careful with that. And, you have to get your head around what strategy and what you're actually going to do and how you're going to trade before you get into it. Because if you go in blind and not really knowing what you're doing, it's easy to mess up and get stuck, and holding bags, or, if you're using leverage, you can get liquidated pretty easy, as we all know. But yeah, Solana. So yeah, I think all of the strong performers from last year, well, not all of them, but a lot of them, like, Bitcoin, Ethereum, even ADA, XRP, there's potential there. Solana, maybe even Dogecoin's going to have a second coming. But yeah, all these coins did really well in the last bull run. So, people will remember that in the next bull market, like whenever that comes. So, and there's no doubt there's going to be some exciting projects that come around, like brand new stuff that comes in next bull run. And, those will be the ones to get in on, just for, for trading purposes. Dependent on whether you believe in their white paper, like their mission or what the crypto is trying to do. You can invest in it long term, but for the most part, a lot of the altcoins are so volatile and uncertain that you want to be careful accumulating and holding it long term, especially in a bull market. So yeah, good for trading, not so much for investing, unless you really believe what's happening with it and you trust the project and the people that are running the project. Because we've seen projects come and go, and Luna is one of them. Luna's a good example. Like, it seemed like a good thing, and then something wrong happened, and very dramatic losses in that one. So just have to be careful. So yeah, I guess this is much very similar to what my previous couple of streams have been. It's just I keep repeating the same thing, but it is worth checking every now and then, and just keeping your finger on the pulse with the market, because things don't stay the same forever, and we want to be around when things turn around. We don't want to be late to the party. So but for now, yeah, it just seems like more sideways. There's a few exciting days in here though, like if you do like the more micro strategies of just trading intraday, like being a day trader. Yeah, there's heaps of volatility still, especially if you're using leverage. Like there's moves to take advantage of, and you can trade it both ways. You can trade it up and down, shorting and longing. So, but yeah, there's just uncertainty. We don't really know what's going to happen in the next few weeks or even months, as opposed to when crypto was really popping off, like, back through this was easy. Everyone was, it's just go long, That's kind of like the theme of the, wait, I'm talking about this part of the market here. Yeah, like through here. When YouTube's popping and there's heaps of YouTubers that just come out of the woodwork and start making videos, and, the YouTube channels are getting heaps of viewers coming in. That part of the market is, oh yeah, it's bull season. Everyone's out buying. There's a lot of action, and that's the kind of the safer kind of environment or condition to trade in. If things are just chopping sideways, there's just too much uncertainty. Things can drop out at any moment. Things can go up any moment. So yeah, just wait for these crazy bull markets, and it'll happen. It'll come back. But just don't expect it to be anytime soon. We'll just have to be patient and wait for it. All right. What else is there to discuss? Not a whole lot. Good time of the a good time of the market to take up a hobby in something else, I guess, or focus on other things. You know, focus on your family, take up a hobby, learn to do something. I'm actually thinking of starting up an animated series online, maybe YouTube, probably YouTube, but it's in the early development stages. That's what I'm going to be doing just while I'm waiting for things. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. If it goes viral, or even if it just gets a little bit of attention, I'll be happy. But yeah, haven't done anything. I haven't done any animation in quite some time. I've got a bachelor's degree in it, which I have done nothing with. So it's going to be my hobby on the side. So Daniel M says, do you think we've seen the bottom at around 25k already, or do you think it will go toward 22k or lower? Good question. I guess that's really up to the whales. Like, Michael Saylor and Elon Musk, even they would have a whole lot of Bitcoin, and they've probably got a price that they won't let it go down below. Perhaps if they're, I don't know. This is just totally my conspiracy theory, I suppose you could say. But yeah, I don't see why prices can't come down to the low 20s. Why not? It might not spend a lot of time there, but maybe on the dramatic red days, we'll get some action down there. And then, maybe it'll flatten out mid 20s, something like that. Who knows? But it's cool when it does those level drops. Like back here, this was really cool. Everyone thought the floor of the market back here was at 6k, but then it dropped like a whole bunch and went down to 3. So it happens. These long-term market floors don't last forever. Sometimes they can break, and probably happen back here too. Well, it's a bit messier here, but something like this. Whoops. Something like that. There was a bit of a 7k floor. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it was just remnants of this old floor here that got repeated here. It got support. And then the bounce came. And then, yeah, COVID pushed it and broke that floor. Only for a few days, not long. We got back up above it, and then, yeah, that was enough of a spark to ignite the bull market, because we got a huge recovery and massive increase. Just insane. But yeah, we're all hanging out for that to happen again. And me especially. Like, I'm keen, very keen this time around, and I've really got my attention on the price. So this time around, I'm not going to miss it, and I'm going to be one of the people that bought during accumulation. So yes, I've been accumulating too, Bitcoin. So let's see where she goes. If it comes down lower, that's only good news, because you get more. You can buy more. So yeah, I'm all in for if it goes down to the 20s, like the low 20s, that's going to be amazing. Maybe we'll even wick into the teens, like 18k or something. I don't know. We'll see. But if you look on the macro side of things, if we go to the weekly chart for Bitcoin, we're getting lower lows. Like if we talk about these big macro lows, like this, that is slightly lower. It's not dramatically lower, but in the more short scale, like on the, let's go back to the daily chart. low, lower, lower. So it's, there's this bit of this decline going on. And that's exactly what they want. The market manipulation, what they want is to basically get everyone to forget about crypto for some time while they buy it all up cheap as chips. And then, yeah, when everyone's forgotten about it, and then, all of a sudden something sparks and the market goes bullish again and everyone goes into hysteria and buys it all up and pushes it higher and higher, which is where you, as an accumulator, have to get ready to start distributing it and selling it on the way up. You can average out. If you don't know where the top's going to be, like, who really knows? One way to go about that is to average out. So you don't just use DCA for accumulating. You can also use it for selling. So DCA is good for buying, and it's also good for selling if you've got a lot to offload. Then you get a nice average sell price. But yeah, it's always worth keeping a bit, a portion for those really wild times where, after this high here, I did not see, not many people would have seen this coming, this second bump in such a short period of time. I was calling for a bear market. Like, I was saying, yeah, we're dealing with these massive macro highs that are lower. So we got lower highs, lower lows as well. I was like, yeah, bull market's over. We're going into a bit of a recession, like a crypto recession or a bear market. But yeah, it got reignited again. So happy to be wrong with that one. But who really knows? Like, this could pick up before the end of this year. We could get another bull market right here, and if it does happen, that's great. Like, but just don't count on it, is what I'm saying. But yeah, once again, it's worth keeping your eye on the market every now and then, just so you don't miss out on when things, kick off. Let me just read a couple of these comments here. What up, Rick? Glad to hear your voice. How's the Down Under going? Yeah, Down Under's doing well. It's actually winter here, so it's kind of chilly. We bought a heater the other day because it's so cold, but I think the temperatures that we get here that we call cold are probably nice warm temperatures for you guys in America. We don't get anything below, let me just see what the current temperature is where I am. Okay, so currently it's 14 degrees Celsius, which is 58 Fahrenheit. So I think this is kind of cold, but for you guys, I'm guessing 58. 58's not too bad. It's a comfortable day. But for me, damn, I need a jumper and a heater on. 80 degrees in New Jersey. Nice. Sounds alright. Stacy, thank you. Happy to see you here too. What else is happening in crypto land? It's so funny. You see Bitcoin move down and everything has a bad day. every crypto reacts accordingly. Check out XRP because I haven't seen that in a while. There's that $2 bull run we got last year. Really nice. And it's just been struggling to get back up since then. Lower highs, lower highs. But yeah, if you believe in XRP long term, this is only good news. This is great. You can accumulate it back again. Because it's going back, it's heading back down toward this sort of zone here. So yeah, I have not sort of kept up with all the news around XRP with the SEC, but who knows if that is still ongoing. Maybe it is. I'll have to check that out. I might do that later today after the spring, perhaps. Just see what's happening with XRP. But I know that toward the end of last year, things were starting to look promising, like with the court case and everything. I think there was this. This was off the back of some good news. So was, yeah. But yeah, we're well below $1. That's what that white line is there. Let's have a look at Dogecoin. Yeah, I'll do some TA on Doge. So today's a bit of a red day, down 4%. It's still inside this wedge, so we're getting lower highs and higher lows. But we're threatening to break this support, this wedge here. And that is a good thing, I think. The cheaper it goes, the better for accumulation, right? Even if you're holding bags, see, let's say you've got bags up here, right? Let's say you put in $1,000 into Doge and you're holding it all the way up here at 60 cents. Okay, now price has come down dramatically. Your bag's looking pretty ugly. It's lost what? 85%? It's not the end of the world, but let's say price drops back down to, 1 cent or 2 cents or something like that. Just spend, if you've had time between here and here to earn cash, like at a job or whatever, let's say you've saved up 5 grand or something, just as an example. Your 5 grand now brings your bag position much closer to these prices below 10 cents. So that's the power of, like, buying heavy when things are low. That's where you should be accumulating with your hard-earned dollars. Like, don't get it stuck up in the top of a bull market. That's for selling. Bull markets are for selling. Bear markets are for buying. So don't do it the other way around. Don't sell out. Don't panic sell your $1,000 bag down here, because chances are next bull run, Doge very well may get to $1, or at least back to its, in this vicinity, around 70 cents or so. I'm not saying it's definite. There's no definites. There's no guarantees, but we just need the market. The total crypto market cap has to go back to like $3 trillion or more to get all those positions filled, all these bags revisited, the people that bought in up here. But yeah, we've seen it time and time again with other bull markets. Other bull markets have rescued people's bad positions. So people would have bought, definitely through here, Bitcoin, right? And it dropped significantly lower. Like, it came all the way down to 3 grand, 4 grand here. And they've bought it at like, $18,000, and it's now worth what, 3? So it seems, like you're down in the dumps and it's never gonna come back. But if you're patient, if you just leave it alone, don't touch it, just maybe buy more, but don't touch those bags and just accumulate, you'll fix that ugly position. And yeah, with any luck, if you're accumulating the right coin, you'll get this beautiful recovery and brand new all-time highs, that kind of thing. So that's the beauty of investing rather than trading as well. Or if you're a swing trader, like a really long-term swing trader, it takes all the emotion and the panic out of it, because yeah, you can always fix if you can always fix ugly positions if, I mean, not always, but a lot of the time you can fix them if you're trading on something like, say, Bitcoin or Ethereum or something that has a future in the next bull cycle. Now, yeah, once again, there's no definites, there's no guarantees with anything, even Bitcoin, even any traditional stocks for that matter. There's no guarantees. So you're basically you're working with likelihoods. So is Bitcoin likely to do well in the next bull run? Yeah, it's probably one of the most likely to have a good future, like in the next phase, as it has done for the last 10 years, 10 or 11 years. So, it's proven time and time again that it comes back, it gets revived, it gets picked back up. It's the most, you could call it like a blue chip. I've heard it being referred to as a blue chip crypto many times, which is just one of the big moving dominant coins, or assets, or so that's where we're at. So accumulation, which is, it's at the moment it's down here, and then we got distribution. These kind of areas up here. So you pick up your coins, you accumulate, you sell your coins, you distribute. Who are you distributing them to? The new money, the dumb money that's buying in the height of the market. So Daniel M, did Luna hurt you, Rick? No, I didn't have any of it. The only involvement I ever had with Luna was trading it, like day trading, like, buying and selling it in short term. So yeah, I was not a holder. I didn't hold anything during Bitcoin doing this. I didn't hold anything. Everything was sold before it got real ugly. Same with this. I didn't hold anything through this. But now that things have seemed to have hit supports, which is what we're working with at the moment, 30K, I've been a bit more comfortable to start accumulating, to start buying again. If it drops more, then I'll buy more. But, no dramas. Like if it drops, it's only good news because my money becomes more powerful. My dollars, my fiat earns power as the price drops. Just like when fuel prices go down, your money becomes more powerful. You can buy more. We haven't seen that in a while, fuel coming down. But yeah, happy to accumulate 30K and below. So anything in this area is good accumulating territory for me. That's my opinion. When the market turns around, it can't just sell off forever. Like, I mean, it could, but it'd be very surprising. And that's why I don't use my life savings, or I don't take out a loan to buy crypto. Like, you just use money that you're prepared to never see again, basically, because that can happen. It's unlikely, but just use money that's not going to get you in trouble if you lose it all, basically. That's the advice. Yeah, you could, yeah, buy now, check back in 5 years. Exactly. That's one way to look at it. Um, Aaron, think all these altcoins will bounce back? Not all of them. Definitely not all of them. It's only going to be a handful, maybe two handfuls of coins that actually do well again. And I reckon we're going to see all the new projects that come in through the woodwork in the new bull market, which tends to happen. You get all these brand new cryptos that are taking advantage of the market, going so bullish and money flowing in. And the sad thing is, it's just exploitation. These projects come along, like, dare I say, what was that coin? That Dogecoin copycat. I can't remember the name of it. Mental blank.
Shiba.
Yeah, Shiba. 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 I mean, all of those Doge copycat coins came along, and they were just simply riding a trend, like a wave of attention by the retail sector, right? So you'll get your Shibas again. You'll get these projects that just come out randomly out of nowhere, promising everything and delivering nothing. But yeah, I'm not saying that Shiba's illegitimate or anything like that. I'm just saying it's just an example of how things happen in a bull market. These projects just come out of nowhere. Like, you don't hear of anything coming out right now, do you? Because like there's just no money to be made at the moment. Like, it's just the market's not moving like it did back last year. So yeah, if to I guess if you're coming out with a crypto and you need funding, like if you're doing it legitimately too, the best time to launch your project is at when things are picking up again, like when the market's picking up and money's coming back in, because that your project's more likely to take off, and you'll be able to afford more developers and a larger team, and you're going to actually grow your project, and you'll be able to expand properly. But yeah, it's in the quiet times like this, maybe it's one or two people that have the vision that are just tinkering away at it in preparation for the next cycle, and where they can get more money behind the project, and hire more talent, more people to work on their dreams, on their project, and try to make it a reality. But that's what the whole market is right now. The altcoins. It's all these little startup companies and people that have great ideas about crypto, and they're just trying to make it happen. So, and legitimate projects do collapse, and it's not because they're running off with the money. It's they run out of money because the market crashed out and they don't have any money left to pay their developers, and developers get new jobs, they leave it, and all that's left is this husk, this shell of a project, and waiting for the next cycle to come through. But yeah, whether it picks up or not, it just depends on what happens. It's really hard to predict what's going to happen in the future. But let's see, what's this question? Rick, would you ever be interested in making crypto related apps? I'm a seasoned UX designer and would love to collaborate. Ooh, maybe. I'm an animator, so I'd love to somehow find a way to work that into crypto. I don't know like how that would work. Like, maybe put up the writing of the episodes, or what happens with the story, put that up on a blockchain with like voting, like a governance kind of crypto. Yeah, and yeah, NFTs as well. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that could be something. That could be something exciting. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, a good example of what I just explained is the .com bubble. Every website that was something unique and new, like, was getting all this money flowing into it, and there's only a few that survived that .com. It was Google, Yahoo's still around, eBay. Just think of all the big, long-lasting websites and things that have come out, like spawned out of that. But a lot of things failed as well, like a lot of websites that have come and gone. So yeah, similar with crypto, like there's a lot of things that are going to come and go, but there will be the big ones that stand the test of time. And crypto's a little different though, because they're not companies, they're not websites, they're this new animal. It's totally new. Like Bitcoin, there's nothing like it really. It's there's no institution that runs Bitcoin. It's totally trustless. It's there's no headquarters. You can't ring up customer support for Bitcoin and ask for your crypto back or something. You know what I mean? It's just a system, like a brand new system. So, and that's what's unique about it. I highly recommend looking up documentaries around Bitcoin because, yeah, understanding what it is and why it's so valuable and unique, maybe that'll sort of give you a bit more understanding on what you're investing in, or what cryptos, what kind of aspects or features that crypto should have. One of them, I think, decentralized is a big thing. Something that's not controlled by people is good because people are flawed in general. You get people that dump something, they just run off with the money. No one's doing that with Bitcoin because there is no one, unless the people that have accumulated a hell of a lot of it, maybe they could dump it out. But I don't know. Selling it here is actually, for, like, let's say Michael Saylor sold all his crypto right here. That would be a really stupid idea because the value is so cheap. Like, compared to where it's been last year, it would be silly for him to sell it all, at a loss. Because I think he bought it, like, he was buying it up through here. He was accumulating all through here too. Yeah. But yeah, I'm sure he's still a big advocate for it, and same with Elon Musk and whoever else. I think a lot of celebrities get in on it as well. They all buy into the hype when the market's heading upwards. A lot of celebrities, they've got a lot of money to spend, so, and the returns during a bull market are pretty fast, so it's a pretty good market to take advantage of in those times. But yeah, today's looking very dramatic. Like on the if you zoom in, we're on the hourly chart now, but yeah, wow, what a start to the day. My daily candle starts at 10 a.m, so yeah, it just dropped straight out. It's a bit of a red day today. Bit of blood on the streets, so to speak. So yeah, I guess this support, the support side of this wedge, it could be anywhere between here and say here, you know what I mean? Like, it's more of a range or an area. It doesn't have to be an exact perfect line, but it's just the overall structure is quite, the boundaries of the structure can be ugly. And that's just because crypto is so volatile and it moves around all the time. Like, and it's not going to produce perfect mathematical, like, tops and bottoms, It's just, yeah. The shape is just an overall sort of feel, like it's an overall area, I guess you could say. But yeah, you could interpret this totally differently. You could say, no, that's not a wedge, Rick. That's like it's more of a flag, or that's more of just a complete range like this, like where it's, if you're chopping off those crazy wicks, like maybe it's more just horizontal like that. So yeah, it's open to interpretation. That's the beauty of technical analysis, and why there's no one method that's the correct way. There's so many different styles, and yeah, whatever makes you money, whatever like gives you the best insight, then go with that, But yeah, I think it's pretty fair to say we're going through an accumulation phase. The floor, it could break again, like I said earlier. Like, we could lose this 30K level, and hop back down to the low 20s, like, or even we might even touch 20K again, which would be amazing. But yeah, that won't happen in a day or two. That might take a couple of months to get to anything like that. But yeah, you never know. You never really know. because we see things happen in the space of just 2 or 3 days sometimes. So like this drop here, this was only less than a week, and it just dropped so rapid and so far, like from here to here. That was like a 30% drop in how many days? 6 days, 6 bars. So basically a week. And that's when probably this area here felt pretty stable. Like, oh yeah, we're maintaining support at around 38k, 37k, and then it broke. It busted. So that happens. It happens. Have another couple of people that have hopped in. Feel free to hop into the voice channel, by the way, in Discord if you haven't been on here before. If you haven't used Discord, it's like this free platform for chatting. It's kind of like Skype in a way, or like AOL from back in the day. But yeah, people use it for gaming or just interest groups, anything like that. Just come in and have a chat if you've got a microphone. But yeah, it's free to join my channel. I'll never put a price on it. So yeah, come on in if you've got something to share, or if you want to talk, if you want to ask questions. I'll pin the link to it, the chat. 1 second. Say free to join. Oh, as well. So it's cool. I think, what's the most viewers we've had today? 54 people. That's not bad. That's pretty good for like a bear market. People are still interested in checking in with things and seeing what's happening. But
Hey, long time no see.
hey, how you doing?
Pretty good. Did you see what the news on BNB?
No, what happened?
SEC launched an investigation on Binance.
Oh, wow, that's gonna make it cheap.
That's why that big dip just happened.
Ah, okay. Yep. Let's have a look. Is this the real Versace?
This is the real Versace.
Oh, dude. Your voice is like, oh, yeah. How could it not be? How have you been?
Pretty good. How have you been, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Just always forever keeping my eye on the market, There's not a hell of a lot to do at the moment other than accumulate, but yeah, it's interesting to see some alts of like doing crazy things compared to others. Like Solana went down a hell of a lot at the back of this bull market.
Because of all the blackouts that they've had.
Oh, right. Yeah, see, that's something that I haven't really kept my finger on the pulse of, is the fundamental side, like the news side of things with crypto. I've been watching charts, but for the most part, I've only really been paying attention to Bitcoin. But yeah, I need to start tuning into those news channels, those crypto news channels.
Just download the app Crypto Panic, and you can read all the news. They have, like featured news that everyone votes on, and then there's just the regular news that comes in. But right now, the top news is the AMD's issue with the SEC. That could really deflate their currency and put their exchange into question.
Yeah, right. Okay. Interesting. Wow. Yeah, I don't know, Binance, it's the biggest, one of the biggest exchanges. It's trading, record amounts of volume per day, at least back in the bull market. So for that to come down would be a big deal. Like, people would definitely they would flood to something else, like, you know, whether it be Bybit or Coinbase or, you know, yeah, you'd see a lot of users would jump ship to something else, you know, because if Binance went down, you know, there'd have to be somewhere to go for those people. And it's the same with money. Like if money pours out of a market, it doesn't disappear. It doesn't get destroyed. It's gone somewhere else for the meantime. And you know, the likely scenario is it'll come back, flow back in when the temperature's just right. You know, like when the conditions are right, that's when markets pick up again. So yeah, markets go up and down. Who would have thought?
Yeah, just with this current market, if you want to see when it's going to go up, doing like scalping and stuff like that, just watch the VIX and the SPY. They kind of give you a little bit of an inkling of what things might happen that day.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm sure like a lot of the traditional market, like the SPY and the Dow Jones and all that stuff, a lot of that has actually been doing okay compared to crypto. So I wouldn't doubt that the $2 trillion missing from crypto has gone into, you know, traditional markets, no doubt. And when that sort of hits a cap, maybe it'll flow back. Like, you know, it's kind of like a tit for tat thing, like where it flows out, flows back, flows out, flows back. But yeah, sometimes crypto moves with traditional markets too. Like they sort of move as like in sync with each other. But there's other times where it's like you hedge against either market in the other one. So it can be inverse, which is actually more interesting, and it's a lot more fun if there's like an inverse relationship, because there's always something to do in that regard. Hey AC, hello mate, how you doing? Good to see you too. But yeah, damn, it's certainly more fun in a bull market, isn't it? When all the people are, there's a buzz, but at the moment it's like everyone's
flat.
Everyone's hibernating. It's like,
well, you can't really do much with this market unless you know the coins to kind of watch if you want to do scalping and stuff like that. But if you just you're loading up, it's just at this point it's accumulation trade, so it's going to be like this probably until the end of the year.
Yeah, I think that's pretty safe to say. It's a fair opinion. But
yeah, you might get a blip here and there, like June, August, maybe October, but I don't know. It's the market's just so unstable that hang on with you created.
Yeah. That's it. It's good to see the other channels are still kicking around too. B's channel's always up. He's always got a stream going. I think Static, his Discord channel's still around. I don't know if he streams that often, but even Tame's channel, he's still got his stream up and his Discord as well. But yeah, it's Biscuit, I think he's been doing streams too, but in his native tongue, in his own language, from what I could see.
Yeah, I just saw Tame's channel say something about Doge going up to 20 cents. I'm like, not anytime soon.
Yeah. It'd be nice to see, but yeah.
I don't think Elon Musk holds the same sway with Doge as he used to. I mean, yeah, it might go up like a point, like from 8 cents to 9 cents, but it always retraces after his tweets.
Has he done any tweeting about it in the last 6 months? About Doge?
He has. The one time it spiked up when everything else was a little bit flat, there was a little bit of a spike because he said something about Doge. I think about possibly again accepting Doge for payments for Teslas.
Yes, yep. I'd love to see what the price does if he announced that. It would be pretty interesting.
Probably be another SNL event.
Yeah. Yeah, SNL was interesting. That was wild. That was back here. Wow.
It's been almost a year.
Yeah, it's amazing that, well, yeah, it has been a year.
Well, it
Because
has
I
been a
think,
year, hasn't it?
yeah, that
Yeah.
was like the 8th of May or something, or the 7th
I
of
think it was
May.
April. It was like, yeah, the end of April and the beginning of May.
Yeah, I remember that. It caused the run up to 74 cents for Doge, that SNL thing. And then it just has not come back. Like it's just been, struggling to keep. There was like a 60 cent high, then a 45 cent, and then a 35 cent. And it just has not come back since. But hey, that's not to say that it can't. It may happen one day, but yeah, I think what crypto needs in general is just total market cap. It needs to, and Bitcoin's the biggest tell of that because it's the most dominant. But yeah, when Bitcoin picks back up again, that's when you'll see total market cap start to pick up again. That, head back toward that 3 trillion all-time high, which is insane. It's crazy to think.
Yeah, it's going to come down first. I mean, the thing is that I believe JP Morgan bought in around 28K on Bitcoin. So I think they're going to try to keep it afloat at 28K. However, with this news on Binance, I'm speculating that you possibly could see a 22K Bitcoin, but I don't know. They've been keeping it pretty steady at 28, 29.
Okay. Yeah. It's interesting. It's well, I mean, at the moment, this part of the cycle's boring, but it's kind of like exciting to see and check in on it every now and then, see what's happening. I mean, I'm always keen to see, like, every day I check what's happening. It's as easy as opening an app on your phone and seeing, a chart. But yeah. But yeah, this 30K, it's very magnetic. It's been hovering around 30K for some time now. Since early May.
Yeah, I found there's a couple of altcoins that actually have diverged a little bit from Bitcoin, and they actually act as a signal when it's going to go up and it's going to go down.
Yeah. That's it.
Anyways, good to see all you guys. I'm going to take off. See you around, Rick.
No worries. Take care, Versace. Good to hear your voice.
You too, man. Same. Ciao.
See ya. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. We're at this support range of 30K. We're going to see if it holds. So far, so good. I mean, today's a red day, yes, but we're still in the ballpark of 30K. So I'm not panicking just yet about that area holding. And there's nothing to panic about anyway. Like if we lose 30K, so be it. We'll find a new floor, maybe 20K, and that would be even better for accumulating. So yeah, hang in there and just watch what happens. And find a way to make fiat. If you don't have a job, or if you do have a job, there's plenty of ways to make money. So if you need to accumulate, if you're wanting to accumulate, go out there and get some cash and collect what you can afford with crypto and see how you go. Hearing this playlist is brings back memories, even though it wasn't that long ago that we were all that I was letting these streams play out 24 hours a day. Those really long, 12-hour streams that just went forever. But it brings back memories of all that. Good memories. MG, how's it going? And Moving Pangea, thank you. I saw that message.
Hey, Rick, what's up?
Hey, not much. How are you?
Doing good. How about you?
So, yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Just chilling. Thought I'd throw on a stream. What have you been up to?
I'm playing some games with my buddies right now. But
Oh, sweet. What games have you been playing?
Apex Legends.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I suck at that game. I gave that up pretty quick.
You remember So Crispy?
So Crispy. It rings a bell. Yeah, that name. So Crispy.
That's
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I remember.
That's who I'm gaming with.
Nice.
But,
Did you know that Crypto Radio? I think it was. Was it? The other Aussie guy that made that channel. Crypto Radio.
That was T1.
Yeah, T1. Tone. Yeah, Tone's channel. I think I've still got it in my list here, maybe.
Crispy is in B's channel a lot.
Yeah. And then there's Trogdor's channel. Yeah, no, there's a lot of different groups around, which is cool. People still kicking around. Everyone's just waiting. Everyone's just sort of waiting for things to pick up.
Yeah.
But it's all good fun. It's all it won't be long, and before we know it, we'll be back at another bull market.
Yeah, exactly. And hopefully
it'll happen. Yeah, it's just a matter of time. It might not be this year.
Inevitable, but how long will it take?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the last one took, I think, peak to peak was about 4 years, maybe just under. But the bull market can last 12 months. It can just go up steady for 12 months at a time. So yeah. But for now, it seems to be we're just getting these lower highs, lower lows, and we just want support to be established, and 30k Bitcoin seems to be a reasonable level to call support at the moment. And we got some wicks that come down through it, but for the most part we seem to be holding this 30k range area.
Yeah, I don't expect it to really go down much further, below. I mean, I honestly, I'm kind of thinking that it will wick down to 23 or 24, but then I don't know. I think it'll just come right back up. A lot of people are calling lower numbers, 20k, 15k, 10k even, and it's I don't know. I don't see it. I see it kind of holding in the 20s.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised if it went below 20. And I would imagine that there would be a hell of a lot of buying that happens if it did below 20. People would be pretty keen to get Bitcoin under 20k again, just like the old days. Yeah.
Sup, Rick? Has been a while, man. Good
Mr.
to see you,
Moran.
man.
How you doing?
Fine, man.
That's
As
the
you
way.
said, in times like these, for instance, I've been doing this as a job, but I gotta be honest, liquidity sucks,
Yes.
My market orders are not the same as before, you know.
Exactly. Yes, it's not. Yeah, there's just that volatility, and that, I guess, also the what's the word? Like, the confidence in the market is not there. Like, there's
Yeah,
still a lot of fear in the market, so you just can't really count on it being green the next day if it had a good day today. Like, it's just, there's so much uncertainty. So yeah,
yeah, exactly.
until we start getting like nice, like higher lows over longer stretches, like, weeks on end with higher lows, like we're pretty much stuck in this range going sideways, chopping sideways.
The thing is, Rick, we gotta understand that, as you said, since there is a lot of fear, the only people that is stuck to this that are sticking to this market are the ones that are very good at it, you know. So if you think in a way that we are playing against other players, now we are
Yes.
playing against the best players, you know.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. If you're trying to trade through this kind of market, it's just very tricky because it's just sideways, and there's no real way of knowing what tomorrow's going to bring. Like, tomorrow could be an amazing green day just like yesterday was, but today we got this massive red candle. So who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, for instance, since I short, most of the people were expecting it to stop bleeding, but I was honestly kind of opposite. I was expecting to drop to 20k sooner, you know.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
But
Like, yeah,
exactly, man. For instance, as you said, I would be buying at 20k.
yeah.
I'm expecting to be buying.
That's it. It's the beauty of it. Like, it's so simple. Like, if you just break it down to that kind of mindset, everything becomes so simple. It's just, oh yeah, it's cheap. Buy it up. Like, prepare for the next bull cycle, and pretty sure it's gonna happen. Like, I'm not stupid to think that crypto just out of the blue is dead forever, dead and gone. Like, a lot of media articles like to say that, like, those like fear articles, and it's just because people want to read it because they're concerned. Bad news for some reason gets more attention than good news, so yeah, they love they
Yeah,
love they love putting out bad stories about crypto in general. So
yeah, it sucks, Rick, because for instance, I follow the subreddit of cryptocurrency, and the past year has been like fear and greed, you know. Not so often you see people really posting tips and tricks about the market. It's just that. It's just people implying fear and trying to pressure people to sell or to hold. It's sad, to be honest.
yeah, yeah, it is, and there's a really good website called I think it's called Bitcoin Obituaries, and it just shows you how many articles get posted negatively about Bitcoin and about it dying over the years. I'll link it in the YouTube chat.
Found
It's
it, man.
it's pretty funny,
Found
yeah.
it. Found it.
I think it's by 99
Damn.
Bitcoins. Yeah, it shows you how many negative articles come out. Um,
Bitcoin
deaths
has
by
died
year.
like Bitcoin's died like 500 something times now.
yeah, exactly. Death by year. Like, in 2017, it died 124 times. Yeah.
Damn, you can see that it didn't die enough this year.
Yeah, it's maybe people are getting more, maybe they're getting a bit more confident in it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
as you said, Rick, honestly, I don't see Bitcoin dying soon because it stood the test of time. It's just that it's just part of the market, you know. It's
yeah,
bound to correct itself. So, and USA was not the war. USA was USA inflation. Everything adds up, you know.
yeah, yeah, exactly. It's a combination of technical fundamental news, social media influence, all that kind of stuff. It all, like, manipulation as well, like market manipulation. But yeah, the last couple of articles here, what was this? Posted on the 13th of May. All crypto should die in a fire. Like, I don't know who wrote that, but I don't agree. Crypto is dead, The Spectator. So you can actually click on these dots and read the article. This is just, it's all FUD, Like, read
Yeah,
this.
for sure shorting the coin, man.
Yeah, probably. The warning sign for cryptocurrencies is not so much that they have crashed. Bitcoin is down 50% from its peak last November, but that they have become boring. Bitcoin has suffered many a crash before, yet bottom feeders quickly rushed into the market and sent the price rebounding. This time around, there is little sign of any enthusiastic speculation. On the contrary, a brief rally in March fizzled out as quickly as it had begun. Bitcoin now looks set to plunge below its previous peak of 31,776 reached last July. Cryptocurrencies faced not so much a rapid crash as a slide into nothingness. That a cryptocurrency exchange should want to take shelter in Macron's France, which is bound to end up regulating it to death, is the biggest sell sign yet. Well, that was by Ross Clark. So apparently Ross has all the answers. He's an expert. Oh wait, or is it this person, Yuri Shalev? Anyway, yeah, there's articles like this happen all the time in the history of Bitcoin.
Man, Rick, it's interesting. Like one guy one of these days, he posted on Reddit like print screens of 2017 people FUD in January. It's so funny to see the people like freaking out because BTC dropped from 10K.
Yep, that's it. Remember, look at the back of the old all-time high of 20K. Look at all the FUD that was posted, like all these articles, these negative articles saying that it's dead forever. And then what did we get? A $70,000 Bitcoin. It took time, but we got there, So yeah, I just don't think these people have the answers. They like to think, it's just they're just earning a living. They're just doing what they're doing for money, It's their job to write articles and get readers to look at their article. So that's all it is.
Yeah, and the thing is, honestly, they could be, how can I say this, getting way more like, I don't know what word to use, but they, instead of saying that Bitcoin is going to die, they were not wrong in saying that it was going to go below it,
Yeah.
But when they say that it's going to die, they are not like a person that is doing TA and likes the coin. They are definitely a hater,
Yeah, they're just, exactly. They've got, maybe they don't even know anything about crypto at all, and they just see it as something that cheapens in value. Like they seem to pay attention when it goes down, They only care about when it goes down, but when it goes up, they actually warn, like they become more of a warning. Like they're going, oh, this is not going to last forever. This is going to crash at some point, and then it does. It goes down, and they see, I told you so. But and then you can be on the other side. You can go, okay, yeah, it's gone down, but that won't last forever. It's going to go up again at some point. You know what I mean? So
yeah. It's the same for when it's going up,
Yeah.
And the thing is, people that do TA, the best YouTubers, they gotta be honest. They are not hating or making the coin a deity. It's just that they just gonna be transparent about what they are doing. But cheating on the market is like so unnecessary.
Yeah. Well, I guess it drives sentiment, and sentiment is what sort of drives the change in price and value, and the the overall market temperature, I guess you could say. That fear and greed index is a good, interesting thing, but yeah, like media, all of that, it just fuels sentiment. And when things pick up again, like, yeah, there are positive articles as well that come out, and those financial channels in the US, I can't remember what they're called. They're sort of like a news channel, like, but yeah, there's like a lot of positive stories about crypto and a lot of like coverage that's positive. So yeah, I guess at the moment, writing a negative article about crypto, it seems it rings true because the market's down. You know what I mean? Whereas
Exactly.
if you were writing negative articles about crypto, like as everyone's excited about it, it's you're not going to get many people believing in what you're writing because it's on its way up and it's all looking positive. So yeah, it's yeah, there's ups and downs in all markets, and yeah, Bitcoin's no
And,
different to that.
and as I said, what grinds my gears the most is that they don't provide any knowledge about why that's happening. They just say it's going to
Yeah,
happen. That, like, show me some fundamentals, some technicals. Just
yeah,
saying that something is going to happen and don't telling me why is just useless. It's just useless. I'm not gonna believe in you. And
yeah,
as you said, it's easier to like throw rocks at a dead dog.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, interesting articles would be, or like reports on crypto would be telling you about market cycles and what's happening, and those are the ones that are useful. And I'm sure they're out there. There's probably a lot of like good financial sort of projects and like news websites and whatever that report on the state of a market. And, they say, oh yeah, this is a good time to buy, or this is it's a buyer's market, or it's a seller's market. They actually tell you the facts from an investing standpoint. But yeah,
But that takes effort, Rick.
I mean, yeah, that's right. I mean, there's no, like I've said many times before, there's no guarantees with crypto or anything really. I mean, even traditional stocks, there's no guarantees there with that either. Tesla could go upside down at some point. There's no guarantee, but you're just playing with like likelihoods. Like, is something likely to have a future? I think Tesla for sure. Yeah, I think that's got a future. Like, it's electric vehicles make sense for the planet and like where we're heading with the future. But yeah, crypto, I think, yeah, for sure. Like, I think it certainly has a future because there's a necessity, there's a need for an alternative to what we've got. Like, the fiat system is so like flawed. Like, it's an unfair system, and it's just, yeah, it's the best that we could come up with at the time, and it'll eventually get replaced by something. And it's already undergone so much change. Fiat used to be cash and coins, like, notes and coins. There was no cards and plastic and electronic. It was all like old school. Like, if you're talking like back in the in the before the war, and during the war, like, everything was like notes, checks, and coins, and records, like manual records, before computers were invented, right? And then, yeah, it's evolved with the technology. So I think crypto seems like a fairly logical, or it seems like an obvious next step for currency, like, and the way people accumulate and distribute wealth, you know
But the
but
thing is, I'm gonna be honest, Rick.
mm,
We gotta understand that you said about Tesla.
mm,
Nowadays, for instance, who is dominating the market of computers? Windows.
right,
No,
yeah, no, I think, yeah,
nobody nowadays.
Microsoft, yeah,
Microsoft, yeah, yeah. The kids nowadays, let's say people that are younger than 20, probably don't even remember about IBM. You probably remember
Yeah.
about IBM.
Yes.
So just because one company is doing well right now doesn't mean that it's going to do well in the future. And
That's
in my
right.
opinion, why I'm saying that is that Bitcoin itself is completely outdated. There are other coins that like probably do better than Bitcoin, but Bitcoin stood the test of time, so people trust it way more. But
Yeah.
when I say that Bitcoin is not going to die, I better say like I don't think cryptocurrency is going to die. No way,
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say that Bitcoin is going to stay dominant for the next 10 years.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Like, maybe it won't be the biggest and best, but I think it'll still exist to some
For
degree.
sure, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess with Microsoft, yeah, it's probably got dominance of the computer market. Like, but there's also Apple because you can still get an Apple Mac and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that. But and they're probably, I don't know. They sort of take turns being the most successful, like the biggest, richest company. But yeah, it's cool how they coexist in a way. Just like smartphones, like Samsung and Apple, they coexist. In computers, like Microsoft and Apple, they coexist. So maybe, yeah, fiat and crypto can coexist. Perhaps, maybe it doesn't have to be one or the other. Maybe it will be an option, just like how cash and credit, they coexist. Like these two massive things don't have to kill each other.
Rick,
It can just be another
so
option. Yeah.
it's a fact. Let's say see that Bitcoin dominance is going down, and it's probably gonna go down for good. Because when a new project, a new thing comes to reality, nobody bats an eye, nobody trusts it, and then you have BTC at dominance at 99.9%. But as people see that this market has value, more projects come to light. I believe that we gotta understand that you said it all. They both can coexist because fiat had a dominance for years and generations. So I see that dominance is going down, but I don't see it vanishing.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think maybe one day it'll be so radically different to what we're used to that you could say that the old way has died out, but there's always going to be some kind of system in place for the function of what money is. Like, it's, yeah, I think, yeah, we're certainly moving toward cashless. So the physical notes and coins, I can see it. I wouldn't be surprised if they become a thing of the past. Like, a lot of businesses, I think there's some businesses in Australia recently on the news, they were saying they were getting in trouble because they wouldn't accept cash. You couldn't use real money, like, like they only accepted digital transactions.
Here in
And
Brazil, man, we are a third world country. We don't even use cash anymore unless you are drug dealing.
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, there's good things about cash. Like, there's definitely, like, it's physical, it's transportable, like you can take it with you, and like it's it can be off the record, like there's no paper trail with it,
Yeah.
which is, obviously crime takes advantage of that, like, which is probably another reason where the world's probably going to move toward cashless, because it makes crime a lot harder. Like, being a criminal is a bit trickier these days. You can't really rob a bank anymore.
Yeah.
Banks don't hold, millions of dollars in cash. Well, I mean, what do I know? But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the amount of cash that's held at a bank is far less than what it used to be before
Yeah.
things went digital. Yeah.
Robbing wallets is completely useless. You can just block the cards the ID, yeah, they can use the ID to do frauds, but overall, like my wallet has no physical cash, so
Yeah,
and
it's
and
pretty
even
amazing.
wallets are a thing of the past.
Yeah, yeah, everything's on your smartphone now.
Yeah,
Like all of your cards that are in your wallet, there's no reason why they can't be an app or something on your phone. Like, I think in Australia, we're still yet to have our driver's license put up on our phone, and things like that. But yeah, it'd be so much better, like just only having one thing to worry about in your pocket, and that's your phone, rather than your wallet and your phone and your keys. Like,
that's what I was going to say. The keys
yeah,
unnecessary nowadays. My
yeah.
neighbor, he has like biometric.
Oh yeah, like what, digital keys? Like where you can just
Yeah, yeah.
unlock your house with your phone? Yeah.
No, no,
That's
no, with the finger.
Oh right,
Biometric.
okay. I see. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Is it biometrics, the word? Do you guys?
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about it, but is that like where you get a chip installed in your hand? Or it reads,
No, no,
it
no. It's
scans your fingerprint?
yeah, fingerprint.
Uh
Thing.
yeah.
I think.
Ah, cool. Yeah, that's
But
pretty cool. I'm just reading MG's messages here. He says, Rick, in my country they make a universal wallet Swiss quote, but people don't realize it's the government. They eliminate the physical cash by QR code. It come really fast, and now you're not able to send money out of the country without control. Soon people will not use, as usual, the physical money. We paid our bill with a code. Yeah, yeah, I'm not surprised with that. It's kind of sad, like the nostalgic thing about cash and money, but having a piggy bank and taking coins to the shop to buy lollies and chocolates and like, how do you give a kid pocket money? Well, he or she will have to have like a device that you like give them the digital pocket money or something.
Uh,
You,
it's kind of
maybe
funny to see. Go on, Rick. Sorry, man.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. Sorry. I was just going to say maybe Dogecoin will be pocket money in the future, like the system for pocket money.
What I was going to say, man. Also, like the rappers flexing money. Nowadays, I see like people with bands like $25 in cash. I'm like, why did you do that? Like, why do you need that money in physical?
Yeah, yeah. It's been so long since I've had actual cash notes in my wallet that recently when I had some, it was interesting to see that they changed it all in Australia. Like it looks way different to what I remember it, because they changed it. And that was even like a few years ago that they changed it too. Like probably like back in 2015, 2016, 2017. But yeah, like they've changed the design, and they've put like windows in it, like plastic, like clear plastic through it. Yeah, it looks way different to what I remember it.
Yeah, but Rick, for instance, people that are suffering with that change are the homeless people. Because one of these days I was partying on the streets and they came asking for money. I was like, man, I don't even have cash anymore. And it's true. I used to lie about it. Nowadays, it's the reality. I really don't have money.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's exciting times that we're living in, and not just with money, but like every other aspect. And I think the biggest change that we've seen in our lifetimes has been the internet, and how like dependent we are on computers and the internet now. I mean, crypto's like a spawn off that internet thing. So yeah, and just like the globalization, like the connectivity that we have with people all over the world. It's incredible. Never would have seen this coming. back in the 90s. Unless you were a visionary like Bill Gates or something, or that were actually gonna make it happen because they were making it possible, you know.
Yeah,
It's like they know what's
man.
gonna happen because they're making it happen. They're the ones that actually decide.
Honestly, I'm very excited to see how big VR is going to be. Because now, for me in my country, it's not accessible at all. You know, it's so expensive. But I believe in the future, it's probably gonna be something that like medium classes can buy. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it. It would be so fascinating to even just get like a peek into the next 5 years, let alone 10, just to see what happens. You know, just so curious to know. Like what becomes of this Russia-Ukraine thing? Like hopefully it doesn't go any further. But yeah, and just what it does to markets as well. Like I think the whole Russia-Ukraine thing has definitely caused the global markets to become volatile, and a lot of people get fearful and they sell out and that kind of thing. And just the global economy, like just what part of the cycle it's in. And like,
Yeah,
you know,
and the thing.
the change in power with governments as well. That has a big influence as well on markets. Like whoever gets elected, you know.
And the thing is, people don't see a lot of changes that the war is doing. But personally, um, for instance, a friend of mine has farms, and he said that it destroyed his economy, like
Jeez,
his plans, you know.
I
And
bet. Yeah.
another thing, like you guys probably know Crypto Face. He made a lot of money trading
Hmm.
oil futures on,
Ah.
against the war. And that
Yes.
was going to be like I don't know why I didn't get into that, honestly, because I got lazy to find in the right exchange and etc. But it
Yeah.
was bound to happen, you know. It's just like
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Like that, yeah, that crypto face guy, he's very smart and good at what he does. Otherwise he wouldn't be where he is, like with the amount of money that he trades with, you know.
but
Like
Rick, I'm gonna be honest, man. Like I still follow him. I do
Mhm.
believe that he's like a very good trader. He's one of the best that are on YouTube. But
Yeah.
guys, I've seen him start like streams, and he like because I have notifications, the bell button on him, and he didn't upload the stream because he was losing. And
Yeah.
another thing, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
and
He
another
loses
thing,
too.
like another thing, um, well, for one part, I do believe that this is something that is respectable because he doesn't start the stream before he's opening up the positions, you know. So he has this leverage about, you know, if he made a bad trade this day, he doesn't have to open the stream, you know.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. Oh, exactly.
But why I'm saying it's respectful, because I'm saying because if I were to stream my trades, I wouldn't like to have people ghost trading me, you know.
Yes. Oh,
People trading
exactly.
at the same time. I would
Like,
feel like so much pressure.
oh yeah, the counter trading. Like people would probably do
Yeah,
that if, yeah, definitely. People
I'm not
like,
saying
yeah.
that he's a bad person, but I'm not saying that he's a good person either.
Yeah, I mean, he's just making, well, yeah, when you're making money in markets, other people have to lose money for you to make money kind of thing. So, yeah. But nah,
Short
like
term, yes.
he's probably like a good person. Like, you know, if you were to meet him, and who knows, like yeah, you maybe he is a bad person, but he's kind of like his channel's all about, I think it's just flexing, like he's just showing off kind of thing.
I
That's
I
what it
mean,
feels
it's kind of
like.
interesting. he might be flexing because he has the indicator, you know. He probably wants
Yeah.
people to buy the market cipher.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. I mean, there's free ways. There's like a free cipher indicator that you can use. You don't
Woman
have to
too.
like. Yeah, exactly.
I've been using it for the past 6 months.
Yeah.
Amazing cipher.
Yeah, it's great. It does exactly pretty much whatever that guy's selling, CryptoFace is selling. It does exactly
Yeah.
that. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go make a cup of coffee. Maybe I'll leave the stream up and just leave the channel open. So if anyone wants to come in and have a chat, you're welcome to do so. So just
Rick,
jump in
I
and
might
say
head
hello.
out
Yeah, no worries, man.
since it's late for me.
Yeah.
I have a question. Are you
Yeah.
announcing the lives when they are going to happen? When? Where?
Yeah,
Actually?
yeah. So on Discord, I send out like a message up in the. If you scroll to the very top of the Discord, there's a YouTube text channel, and I say I tag everyone. I say at everyone I'm live, and then I'll have a link of the stream. So that's the way I do it. Or you can put on bell notifications for your YouTube.
Of course.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, that's
can hit the
even
bell.
better.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, it gets uploaded anyway. So if you want to like rewatch it if you missed it, yeah, you can do that.
I have the bell now, man. Way easier. Way easier.
Yeah. I have Twitter as well, but I didn't do the tweet today. I don't know. I'm not a massive Twitter user, to be honest. I've never really was.
Me neither.
But I do have it. But yeah.
Yeah, Rick, I heard you. I'm gonna take off in a minute too, but I heard you
It's all good.
earlier talking about the like making crypto-based apps and collaborating with that guy or whatever, and you were talking about NFTs and stuff, and it made me
Yeah.
think, like, dude, I have a ton of screenshots of like, because when you mentioned that you're an artist, like, dude, whoever was talking to him, if you're still listening, dude, Rick is an amazing artist. And like, dude, although I have a bunch of screenshots of a bunch of stuff you like drew on your chart, and like when you went into the VR chat and you were drawing stuff, like I have screenshots of that. Dude, you could totally like I'll try to get them together and like send them to you or something, and you could totally probably make NFTs out of those.
Yeah, or just Thank you. Thanks for the kind words.
You are a real artist? You have like projects and stuff?
Well, I have work that I've done, like artwork, but I want to start up an animation, like an animated series for YouTube. And yeah, now's probably a good time to start it because, like, you know, crypto's kind of flat at the moment, so there's not much to do with it other than accumulate. So, yeah.
You showed us one of your past animations, Rick. I remember that.
Oh yeah, what was it? Which one was that?
Man, I don't remember. Like, honestly, I don't remember. It was a very like
vampires.
Beginner one.
It went like in a circle in all of the words that we used to say on the Discord. It was pretty cool.
Oh yeah. That artwork that I did. Yeah. I've still got that.
There was rockets and like thought leaves and whatever else.
Yeah, I've got it right here. I'll put it up in
What's that shit, man? Let me see that.
I think it's this one. Yeah, this one here. And I did it like I did it on the stream. And there's a bull in it. Like this, you can see like a bull. It's pretty abstract. Just random patterns.
Yeah, that's the one. I love that one.
Yeah, it took a long time to do this one.
Yeah, that looks pretty good, mate.
Yeah. Cheers.
Looks like somebody spent like 10 years in the jail, you know?
Yeah,
That's
I know,
the
right?
yeah.
It kind of looks
Yeah.
like a desk at a high school or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dude, I've got like pictures of like forget I've got screenshots of like the Bart, like not Bart Simpson, but like it was like Homer and Marge, the ones you drew like in the metaverse or the VR world or whatever. And like
Yeah.
I've got of like Willie and the alligators or whatever.
Mhm.
The one you
That's-
drew with all the alligators, it's just a group
Oh
of
yes, I remember that. That was cool.
It was like Willie's alligators or Willie and the alligators.
Yeah, that was good. I think I've got somewhere.
Yeah, does Bitcoin look really oversold on the 15-minute? Like, does it
Have a
look
look.
like this?
I mean, yeah, it looks like it's found support in that because the previous 15-minute candle, it's pulled up, and maybe this is like some kind of a flaw here, and it makes sense because like look, it lines up with these lows back here at 29,300 ish. You know.
Yeah, it's moving up like $1,000 at a time. Like it's been bouncing off this bottom at before it was 28.
Do you mean
Oh,
1,000 or 100? Oh, you mean
Uh,
like yeah. I see what you mean.
No, like from back, like it was in a range
Yeah.
before, like last week, like it was in a range, and then when it busted up through right there on the left, like when it busted up, it busted into a new range. So now it's bottoming out like $1,000 higher than it was before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you zoom out and you go back a little bit, it's almost like it's stepped up a range.
Yep, it's definitely taking different legs up
Yeah.
slowly over a week.
Exactly.
Honestly, guys, now it's on my chart is bouncing off a fib line, the 29,280 fib line, about that. So yeah, it found a little bit of support now, and it's interesting because as I said to Rick, I was expecting to dump even harder below 30k, but it's weird that it's just going sideways below 30k, you know?
Yeah, it slows down, doesn't it? It like
Yeah.
it pulls up before getting too crazy. Like
And it's gonna take a
27,000
while.
seems to be
It's gonna take a while.
Yeah, like I said earlier, it's like $30,000 seems to be like magnetic lately. Like its price just hovers around that range, like around 30,000. But yeah, it won't do that forever. It'll leave either down or up, of course. But yeah, who knows? You know, we could even see another 4 months of this $30,000 like up and down thing, like you know, being stuck at 30k. Who knows? Who knows?
we even might reach like 40k again and just to go down and have a way longer bear market.
That's the funny thing about these YouTube channels and like they like trying to predict it. It's gonna be one of three outcomes. It's either gonna go up or down or sideways. You can be sure of that. The one thing it won't do is go backwards. You'll never like see candles disappear on a chart. Yeah. But for the moment, yeah, it's safe to say we're going sideways. I'm pretty sure. Seems like we keep revisiting 30,000. People get confident, and then all of a sudden, someone pulls the pin, and it goes right back under 30k again. It's like rinse and repeat.
But honestly, guys, of course, when it's a bull market, you see more people buying. But for the past days, I've been seeing a lot of whales buying, like huge candles. So, as you said, like it's a kind of an accumulation phase. And what people don't get, it's like somebody that is buying like 5 million of Bitcoin, $5 million. he probably doesn't care if he loses $2 million. He's not going to even lose it. He's just going to hold it for the next 5 years.
Yeah, that's it. They just sort of like tuck that bag away and forget about it until it comes good, kind of thing.
Guys, have you ever seen like positions of the top traders of Binance, for instance? People that instead of use isolated leverage, they are using cross. There are people
Yes.
that are like minus 700%.
Yeah. I've been in positions like that before.
Nah,
On leverage.
Yes.
I don't
So
use cross, man.
Yeah, cross is kind of scary because it's everything's on the line, but yeah, it's definitely it's an easy trap to fall in.
what was your longest one you held? Was that Chili's?
Yeah, yes, it was. It was really stupid for me to hold that position for so long because I thought it would come back, but just never did. It never came.
Chili's?
Never came.
What's
Yeah,
Chili's?
it's CHZ Chili's.
Ah,
It's like
okay.
it's like a gaming, like a sports NFT token thing. Yeah.
And that's the thing, Rick. That's the thing. For instance, the NFTs nowadays is a joke, in my opinion. But I see a bright future with NFTs in gaming. Man, they are probably gonna be amazing. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, buying monkeys like drawn by 5 years old is not healthy for the market.
Yeah. Yeah. Who knows, man? It's hard to say. The sort of, you know how trends seem to come and go, like a hype thing, like the hype around Shiba Inu that came and went, and that's like kind of the vibe I get from a lot of these altcoins is like it's just it has its moment, it has its 5 seconds of fame, or and then it goes away for a long time.
Forever, Rick. Honestly,
Yeah,
I
some
have.
of them forever. Yeah.
Axie Infinity is the perfect example.
Yeah.
What happened to AXS? Is that gone now? Is it?
No, it's back down around $20 in the moment.
Oh, I
They've had a
see.
few dramas to drop it down, but that was one of the big hype up free to
Yes,
play earn games, and it kind of
definitely.
just teetered away.
Yep. Yeah, it's no surprise. Hey.
So the thing is, like 99% of the altcoins they don't survive bear markets. So personally, if I'm going to accumulate altcoins, it's going to be the ones that are at least like 4 to 3 years old, that stood the test of time a little bit. And BNB because I need BNB to have discount on my fees.
Yes. So here we are. Whereabouts in Australia are you from, mate?
You should remember Tasmanian.
Oh yes, yes. See, there's a couple. There's not many. There's more Americans in this community than Aussies,
Yep.
but yeah, there's some of us.
Don't worry, I still stir Adam up.
Man,
Add 'em up.
Tasmania, is it cold? Is it cold? Does it get very cold?
It is freezing at the moment. It is
I-
ridiculous.
I bet Tasmania is freezing. Brisbane it's
Flooding.
I mean, yeah, well, not right now, but it has. But yeah, it's cold here. From my point of view, like from it's all relative, isn't it? Depends where you're from.
I don't know. It was two degrees last night. I don't know what it got to in the
Oh.
middle of the night, but it was cold.
Yeah, but for like a North Canadian, that's not cold. That's nothing. Or like to someone that lives in a really cold climate, obviously it would be like no problem, no dramas. Wow, those animated NFTs are really cool. Spark One for fun. Spark One for fun. I like that name. Yeah, they're sweet.
And Rick, the reason why I say that I see cryptocurrency in games is that, man, I at some part I don't see it very soon, because when you create like NFTs in a game, it means that the assets are not of the company. You know, the company cannot control anymore the market. But at the same time, like, for instance, people spend like thousands of hours in games. It would be fair that they make a little bit of money out of it, you know?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, gaming's a massive industry. Like, mobile gaming. It's crazy to think that the biggest part of the gaming industry is mobile gaming. Because those games generally aren't that great. Like, the effort that's gone into them. Like, yeah, there's effort that goes into them, but nothing compared to like the big AAA titles like on your PS5 or whatever. Or like on your PC. But yeah. I guess it's the accessibility. That's why it does so well. It's like it's cheaper and more accessible.
But the thing is, Rick, I just saw it this week that the mobile market flipped the PC gaming and the consoles
really?
market.
Really?
And as you
Okay,
said,
interesting.
And as you said, like, man, it's so easy. It's not only like easier to make a mobile game. We all know that mobile games tend to be freemium games. You guys know what freemium is? Are free games so addictive that you have to. Have you guys ever played like Clash of Clans?
Oh, you have to
Games like that?
pay. You have to pay to go further in the game, kind of thing. Is that what you mean?
Exactly. Or you
Yeah.
can wait. Like, for instance, you are going to buy to upgrade your archer tower to level 2. It's gonna take a day. To level 6 is gonna take 30 days. But you can buy the upgrade immediately
Yeah,
with
what's that
real
saying?
money.
Free to play, pay to win.
Yeah, that's it.
Pay to win.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the thing is, yeah, it's kind of weird and sad, but for instance, yeah, gaming PC is very expensive, but I spend an average of $30 a game, even less. On mobile games, I have friends that are poor that have spent more than $500
Yep.
on a stupid game.
Because they have nice, small, inexpensive purchases of $1.29 or something like this.
Exactly.
It doesn't feel so financially detrimental to your account, but yet, yeah, when they add up and you've got, I don't know, 200,000-300,000 people through Southeast Asia playing these mobile games, which, look at Pokemon Go for an example. There was people walking around with 6 or 7 phones.
Yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna go make a coffee, but I'll be back.
Yeah.
Won't be
Good
long.
to see you, Rick.
Yeah, you too.
If I'm not here.
Yeah, all good. I'll catch you on the next one if you're not here.
Yeah, no, it's good to hear from you, mate.
Yeah, cheers. You too, man. You too, man.
Good to hear from you, Rick. I'm gonna take off. I might be back later if you're still on.
No worries, Qui-Gon. I'll be here. I'll be about 10 minutes.
Weird.
By the way, with Qui-Gon, do you watch or have you seen the new Obi-Wan Kenobi series? Like, are you into Star Wars at all?
Yeah, I
Man, I love
definitely am.
Star
I
Wars.
haven't
I'm
seen.
a geek.
Yeah. I haven't seen the Kenobi series yet, though.
Yeah, I only recently saw or finished watching the Boba Fett one, but that was pretty cool. I think the Kenobi one's better though, because it's like the bigger characters. But yeah, it was still good. Anyway, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
See ya. Red Hood.
I'm back. Sorry, I took a little longer than I expected. What's happened in the last hour or the last 15? Pretty dramatic compared to all this section here. The volatility of this is amazing. Tuggy Pepper, how are you, dude? Is that 3 moldy tampons on the 5 minute? Let me have a look. I don't know how you get that. That's great. Yeah, it's definitely an incredible accumulation pattern. Definitely, dude. It'll take time for it to complete. I mean, who really knows when it's gonna finish, but it could finish today, it could finish tomorrow, who knows? Or it could take another 2 years, but when in doubt, zoom out. We'll go to the daily chart. Yeah. I mean, we sort of rode out an accumulation phase through there, in a way. All that. Sort of just going through another one here. But this one could drag on. This one could take a long time. Just have to wait and see. Yeah, that's it. The longer the better. The longer it goes, the more time you have to earn that cash and accumulate coins. If that's what you're trying to do. No financial advice here, as per usual. But yeah, it'd be kind of weird if this was the final bull market. Like if crypto just didn't come back ever, that'd be very strange. I don't see why it would do that. The only thing that would cause that is if all exchanges got shut down globally. It'd make it very difficult for people to participate in crypto. So I don't see that happening. Pretty sure it's going to be smooth sailing as far as, being able to accumulate and buy crypto, surely. Yeah, that's just my opinion. Where there's a will, there's a way. I think there's too much there's too many benefits to crypto for them to just completely shut it down, full stop. The governments, they can take advantage of it too. It's a game-changing technology. So pretty sure we'll see at least another few bull markets to come. A few more cycles. This has been a pretty long stream compared to the last few that I've done. What's this one gone for? Where's the duration? I can't even see duration. Oh wait, 3 hours, 10 minutes. There we go. It's been a nice long stream. Plenty of people have had a chance to stop by and check it out. This part of the market's nice and quiet, isn't it? It's very chill. There's not much to talk about, but other than, accumulate and talk about your plans for the future. I suggest getting busy with something else during this time. You can always keep an eye on it, but don't let it consume your day. Don't stare at the screen expecting something crazy to happen, because you'll be driving yourself crazy and you'll be very frustrated. So find a hobby, go see a friend, spend time with your family, earn more money some other way, because the type of market that we saw last year will return at some point, I think. But for now, it's just not happening right now. It's kind of sideways, so just a game of patience. What's Doge doing? Doge is looking kind of weak. It's only reacting the same way as because of what Bitcoin's doing, basically. If you compare the two, they look somewhat similar. I would say if Bitcoin was to drop down to 20k all of a sudden, Doge would probably drop down below 1 cent, I think. Or near 1 or 2 cents. Pretty impressive that it's held around 8 cents. At least for now. It's currently sitting on this area, which used to be resistance. It's using it as support now. See that? So what used to be resistance is now support. So that's not to say that it'll support it forever. It might break down through it but you can see major areas of price action have an effect or influence on what's going to happen in the future, like whether it be support or resistance. So in the future, let's say Dogecoin has a really promising future ahead of it, you can expect some kind of activity to happen at the 35-cent level just because of these areas here. And again up here at 45 cents because of these reactions. And then of course, you know, maybe that peak there, the 60-cent mark, and the all-time high, of course. So all these major pivots are going to cause some kind of activity in the future if Doge goes up. On the way down, I have to turn logarithmic on to be able to see the peaks and troughs, the major peaks and troughs from the past. But yeah, 9 cents was a big resistance point in the past. What's the other one? 1 cent or 1 point. Let's call it 1.4 resistance. Support here at 0.7 of a cent. So there, that's all. That means something. That level has significance, as opposed to, like, say, let's see, 1.8 cents had no significance really. There was no like true price action off that area. But yeah, these points for some reason or other have caused action off those levels. So wouldn't it be amazing to come back to these levels? You know, prices sub 1 cent. That would be really, really amazing for Doge. I'd pick up a hell of a lot of Doge down there, just for the fact that Doge can do radical things. But just because it has done it in the past does not mean it's going to happen in the future. There's no guarantee. So that's why it's always good to be cautious with altcoins. Now, the benefit of accumulating after the market has dropped significantly like this is that all of the bleeding, all of the dramatic bleeding has happened already. So all this sell-off here, this sell-off here, and that sell-off, that's where a lot of the value went out the door. You know, there's not much left to do to cause these massive hemorrhages. I think the smart money, they were exiting during this, which caused this huge dump. Like, they were all jumping out. And, you know, at the moment, during all this sideways, this is where they're buying it back again. So they didn't ride their positions all the way down and then sell at the bottom. They caused this drop over time. You know, they were probably the ones selling it as it was coming up, to be honest. Well, not probably, definitely. They were the ones that were distributing to the hype money, the people that wanted to buy in because they thought it was going to keep traveling up to 100K. But yeah, just at the end of the day, they call the shots. Like, they have the power, they have the influence over the market. So whatever they choose to do as far as manipulation goes is where the price will go. So anyway, from a macro perspective, yeah, it's definitely, you're looking at accumulation. If not the start of accumulation, or sorry, if not, you know, if we're not in the midst of an accumulation phase, it's at least the start, you know. For things to drop down this far and then sort of like plateau, that spells, you know, accumulation to me, just like it did back here. You know, all of the volatility, so the the price change, the dramatic price changes, it starts to turn down and down. The highs get lower, the lows get flatter, the lows get lower. Oh, sorry. The lows either stay the same or get, you know, they reach a support and stay flat. But anyway, the highs come lower and it squeezes, and that volatility drops out. Look how flat that is through there. This all gets quite flat through here. Funny thing is though, it's all a matter of it's all relative, you know, to the overall price history. Like, if you look at it from this perspective, like, if you zoom into it, it doesn't look so flat anymore, does it? You start to see the peaks and troughs look quite dramatic. Even in this section, like, yeah, that's still pretty dramatic. Like, it fills the page with the low and the high. Like, it just depends how far in you zoom. But yeah, in comparison, in relation to the past, it is very flat. It's very sideways. And that's kind of what we're starting to get. You know, we're stuck at this 30K level. Goes a little bit above, a little bit below, but for the most part, we keep revisiting this $30,000. Link, Phantom, Matic, Filecoin, and Engine. Nice, Tuggy. Gonna buy more and average down if it drops down. Glad I waited to start buying till now. Yeah, that's it. You know, the later you've left this, the better, I suppose, you know. Like, if you've only just started to accumulate, that's cool. It means you've avoided accumulating in this area of the market. I think this is where the whole Russia-Ukraine thing kicked off. Where was it? Like, late March? So around here. That area. $52, thank you. I'm so happy that you tuned in. Thanks for jumping on board. I'm looking forward to 10 times, if not 50 times, the amount of people coming in and the market to pick back up again. It's exciting. The likelihood of down from here? It's on the cards, put it that way. I think it's reasonable to forecast further sell-off. You know, we've got a gap. We've got a massive gap between the previous resistance, which is 20K, and the recent supports of 30K. There's a gap. There's a $10,000 gap. We've filled the high parts of it, so we've come in and touched those levels there, but there's still this, yeah, all of that area to fill. So it doesn't have to fill. Like, price can start going up again, and we may never see these prices again, but you know, it's the fact that we're constantly ducking below 30 tells me that, oh, you know, there's a likelihood of further downtrend. But yeah, I could be wrong. Anyone could be wrong in this market, crypto especially. It's pretty unpredictable. Like, yeah. Global events are unpredictable. Like, the Russia-Ukraine thing happened on the 26th of February, I think. So all of this chop here was like the uncertainty, and no one really truly knew what was happening. And then there was this further drop here. Just a second. Miss the community when you and Tame both had lively streams going. I want that back. It was so fun and learned a lot. Yeah, me too. It'll happen. It's just a sign of the times with the market, you know? It's just the market. The interest, the public interest just isn't there at the moment. And rightly so. It's pretty boring. Like, the market's not really doing anything interesting. But it's doing something important. It's probably the most important time of the market cycle right now. And that's the accumulation phase. You know, you have to buy in order to sell. You don't buy at the top, you buy at the bottom. It's all flat and boring. This is like the part of the cycle that I was talking about 12 months ago. So yeah, this is the most important time. Which is, funnily enough, is the most boring time. So yeah, as an investor, selling's great. Like, that's just you taking your profits, right? But it's not as vital as opening your position, you know, like buying or accumulating what you're going to make money off, you know. Accumulation, where you accumulate, is the most important thing. Where you open your positions. Anyway, I think for this stream, it's gone on for like 3.5 hours now, but I might wrap it up there and start up another one in the coming days. Maybe it might be a week or two. It just depends. Depends if there's anything interesting I want to share or talk about. But it's been fun, and all the best, guys, with accumulating, if that's what you're doing. And stay safe and have a good day or a good evening wherever you are. And I'll see you on the next one, whenever that may be. All right, peace.